Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Comfort Level Podcast. I'm here with the birthday boy, Brandon, and his sister that thinks she's cooler than Brandon. And I'm not going to say one or twice. Maybe she is. Brandon, Elise, what do you have to say about this? Who's the coolest?
Me, because I'm the youngest.
Okay.
It's definitely me.
Okay.
Because I'm me.
Oh, okay.
100%. Like, I'm authentically, like when people see me in person, this is me. You know what I mean?
Oh, Elise, what do you have to say about that?
You're a man, so.
Oh, okay. Whoa. What does that mean? You have to unpack that.
I feel like that's self-explanatory.
Well,
yeah, that's a little problematic, but okay, we'll get into that later.
well, your birthday's tomorrow, Brandon.
Yeah.
24 years old. Or as Elise would say, 30.
Because she's hating all the time.
Okay.
But it's my, it's my Kobe year. R.I.P. Kobe.
Well, you just ruined the mood. Made it really serious, so.
I mean, I had to do the same thing because Sam is also not here.
Oh.
So someone had to be the bad vibes for a second. But hey, we're vibing, we're thriving. I'm 24. Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm getting old. That's wild.
And happy to have you on the podcast, Elise.
Thank you.
I'm excited to hear what you have to say about all these stories.
I have a bunch of opinions because I literally see like 20 Reddit stories on my For You page like every day.
Okay.
I'm not even exaggerating. So
you're ready?
Yeah.
Hopefully it's nothing that you've ever heard before.
Yeah, hopefully.
We got some sibling stories, and we're going to start with a short one. You ready?
What they do?
So, I'm going to tell you the title, and tell me off rip. Tell me off rip if you think that they're the asshole or not.
Okay.
All right? Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law that I'm pregnant at her engagement party?
Yes. Automatically.
Oh, yeah.
Automatically.
That was so quick. She beat me.
Yeah, she was
ready.
Okay.
Okay, what's your...
Because, okay, first of all, it's an engagement party, not a pregnancy reveal. So that just kind of takes away from what the actual party is. And it's kind of selfish, but
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe there's a reason.
Brandon?
Okay, I was going to say, yeah, what she
That?
said, but like, you couldn't have waited a day?
Right.
Bro, you knew you was pregnant, like, you had to know, like, you didn't just take it there and find out, like, oh, guys, everybody, I'm pregnant. You knew before you went to, you crazy girl.
Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law that I'm pregnant at her engagement party? I know this seems bad, but hear me out, please. I'm 24 female, 4 months pregnant. My husband, 29 male, and I are very excited, and we can't wait to be parents. We decided not to tell people till the week after the party. My in-laws own a winery, and it's beautiful. It's where my sister-in-law, let's call her Taylor, got engaged at, and where the engagement party was. I'm known for loving wine. I'm not an alcoholic, but I like a glass of wine while out, but with a glass of water for the rest of the outing. So at the engagement party, I was drinking water and talking to my in-laws when Taylor offers me a glass of wine. I told her I don't feel like drinking. She kept offering me, and I kept refusing. I made up so many excuses until she asked if I was pregnant as a joke. I nervously smile and try to walk away. She screamed that I ruined her engagement party for telling her that I'm pregnant. Now my husband and I are not invited to the wedding. But am I the asshole?
No.
What? That
No.
took such a turn.
Yeah, that was a real switch up.
Well, that's her fault.
And also, why was she pressuring her anyway? Like, it's just wine. I mean,
It was weird. I definitely see where you're coming from, though, Elise. If I was seeing that title, I would be like, yes, you're totally stealing the spotlight. But I read a little bit of the story before. I read like one line basically saying like I had to say it. So I was like, oof. But then especially reading the story and she's like forcing her to like take a drink. She guessed it. She didn't even tell her. And then she tried to walk away and it was just an awkward situation. But I don't know. I mean, what are you going to do when you pry and you're looking for answers you don't want? I don't know.
And that's the whole thing.
It was an accident.
Like that other episode, like let your no just be a no. Like you don't have to respond after that. Like just chill out.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that will happen. Crazy. Well, I tell you what. I don't know. I just wanted to say that because it looks like it. Yeah.
You're switching up the day before your birthday.
That's a little childish that she's not invited to the wedding. I'm gonna be honest, because you literally caused the situation to be that, like the sister caused it. So it's like that's child. Like you should have just said accepted no. Like she was trying not to tell it.
All right, Elise, if you guessed that I was pregnant at your engagement party, are you uninviting me to the wedding?
No. Well, okay. If you were telling everybody that you were pregnant, then yeah, I would be a little mad, but not to the point where I would uninvite you for my wedding. But if you were like just saying, "Oh yeah, I'm pregnant, so I can't drink," then yeah, I'd be understanding.
Am I the asshole for not wanting my 17-year-old brother to come with us on vacation? Thoughts, twins? Elise said, I just took a bite. That's crazy.
You know? No. Because you can only vacation with okay. Cuz we've been on a lot of vacations and I get tired of my family a lot. We just came from Colorado last week and I was a little irritated cuz I wanted to do stuff and they wanted to do stuff, so that was a kind of a thing. So if they're a family that travels a lot and it's gotten to the point where they're like, okay, we can't have them, then yeah, you're not, but at the same time, it could be kind of, I don't know.
So wait, let me get this straight. The 17-year-old brother is not going to the family vacation?
We don't know if it's a family vacation. It just says vacation with us.
And it also could be like intermediate family vacation rather than like extended family.
I'm going to say no. Because there's a few vacations and my mom was like, hey, you should take Elise. But it's like, it becomes a different vacation because ultimately, regardless of how old she gets, I'm always feel responsible for her.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, if we're on a cruise, I can't keep tabs on her. Because I'm going to be wanting to do my own thing.
And Elise is going to be doing her own thing.
And Elise is going to be doing her own thing. And that's what scares me. Because it's like, hey, my parents are there. They can do the right thing. I won't. I'll just be like, oh, where's Elise at?
Yeah.
I ain't seen her in 2 days.
You can't relax if she's not in your line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Am I the asshole for not wanting my husband's 17-year-old brother to come with us on vacation? For context, my female 25, husband, male 27, remaining parent passed away about 4 months ago. He has a 17-year-old brother, Ryan, who is now living with their aunt. He's autistic, and I kind of find it hard to interact with him, and being around him generally gives me anxiety. Anyways, my husband and I planned to go on vacation, and he told me that he would like to take Ryan with us to cheer him up a bit after all that he's been through. I declined, but he went on about how this isn't a big couples getaway, and that he was okay with me bringing my friend with us and asked why he can't bring Ryan. I told him first off, I already stated how I can't handle Ryan's autism, and also, I've never been on vacation with him and I don't know how he would behave. My husband got offended and called me cruel to think it's okay to exclude his brother, who's now an orphan, basically just because of slight inconveniences. I told him to drop it, but he lectured me about how he's the one paying for it, which really irked me because I'd paid for so many things in the past. His aunt called to give me a stern talk about this, saying that Ryan did nothing to me and that it was cruel of me to try and exclude him and ignore my husband's wishes. We're still arguing about it, and my friend thinks that my husband is trying to control me by using the fact that he's the one paying to spring whoever he wants on me on the vacation. Am I the asshole?
Yes, absolutely.
No, you crazy.
Like, okay, first of all, autism is not something that they can control. What was it, Ryan?
Ryan.
He can't control it, and like, sorry, his autism is an inconvenience for you, but like, that's oh my gosh, that frustrates me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think what makes matters worse, it's just a vacation. Like, it's not like a big fancy vacation.
She's got a friend going.
She's got a friend go. It's just, let him go. What's wrong with you?
And what makes it even worse is that his parents are gone, so that's like, that could be the only thing that can make him happy right now, probably.
Yeah, it's his brother. And his brother's like, I want him to come. I want him to be there. And she's like, no, he gives me anxiety. Like, what? Yeah, also the way that she just talks about autism, too, just shows her lack of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Divorce, babe.
I would say.
Divorce? Dang.
She's throwing out the
No
D
counseling? No nothing?
Well, because, like, okay, say if Brandon was autistic and I was dating somebody that didn't like Brandon just because he was autistic, that's basically disrespecting me because, like, that's my brother. Like, you're not gonna, you're not gonna disrespect him just because of something he can't control and he's different from people. If anything, you should be, like, considerate because he's different. Like,
Hold on, that struck a nerve, Elise. What? That, oh my God, that got me. It's just crazy because it's like I see the maturity. Because like me and Elise, we grew up really like...
Siblings.
Yeah, we grew up siblings. Like, that's my dog for life.
Dang, she's about to leave you hanging.
wait,
I'm about to...
wait. Of course we're gonna grow up siblings. We're siblings.
But I was gonna say like with the focus program and like stuff like that, like we've grown up like seeing a lot of different people, you know? So like I think our perspective on life, like and like people in general, it's very different from like a kid that grows up in a private school that just doesn't like get like really see the difference in people and like, but like that answer is just, it really got me because it's like, wow, like I got to the point now in my life and I feel like, oh man, too, like I'm feeling a wave of,
It's that birthday.
my birthday's tomorrow. But like, you know, I'm getting to this point where it's like, I don't see people different, I guess. Like, so it's like, I just see people type thing, you know? And I see the struggles they're overcoming, not necessarily that they're different, but like, oh, you're overcoming this, like, you know? So it's like, the fact that she's like to that point where it's just like, no one's like, if my brother has a disability, it is what it is. Like, but no one's gonna take that bond from me. Like, that's what got me. I'm like, wow, that's real.
Yeah.
That one got me. I was like, oh, all right. You gonna make me cry, my brother? That's what you're gonna do to me? Huh?
Yeah.
You gonna make me cry
Real tears.
in front of my girl, man?
Real tears.
That's crazy.
That's how it should be, though.
Yeah.
Like, Ryan, like, the husband should be like, why can't Ryan go, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think, like what you were saying, Elise, the only reason why I was like, divorce, but is because they're married. It's like, okay, if you're dating and immediately off rip, he taught me that word today, sorry. Immediately off the bat, because I don't really like saying it. Whatever. Immediately.
It's cute.
He, if they were dating, of course, I'd be like, oh, you have a problem with my brother and you're gonna be mean to him, then yeah, no.
Yeah.
But I don't know how she was able to get through the whole process of them being married. But it's like, at that point, it's like, okay, we need to work through why you feel this way about him.
Yeah.
And then if that doesn't work and she's still disrespectful, of course, yeah, it's like, I can't have you being rude to, he's like, we're like the only family we have left except for like their aunt.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I think the parents might have been a factor as to why she probably didn't have a problem with it before. Mm-hmm. Because maybe they weren't spending as much time together until, like, after they died.
Yeah.
And I think that's the other thing, too, because, like, people can be their own gatekeepers to their families. Like, when people, like, are like, oh, their family's crazy, that's why I'm divorcing them, or, like, stuff like that. It's like, at some juncture, like, there's, like, someone that is supposed to play a specific role. Like, hey, this is where I come from. Like, we never had to go through that because we're, like, just like, we had that friend foundation, but, like, I met your family, you met mine.
Yeah, we've also had that discussion of, like, hey, this is certain members of the family, this is where they come from, this is who they are.
Yeah.
I'm going to be around you when you're with them.
Yeah.
And vice versa, you know?
So it's like, we never gatekeep our families from each other. Mm-hmm. But, like, that is a thing, especially out in this type of dating world. Like, casual dating and stuff like that. Like, people gatekeep everything. So it's like, I wanted to point to a certain extent to, did she actually know, like how severe it was?
I think she knew because she said that she was anxious about him. I feel like, kind of like what Elise was saying, like, she probably only saw him, but then didn't really interact with him. And now that, you know, the parents aren't around, it's really just, you know, Ryan's brother's responsibility to take care of him along with their aunt. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't really want to be more in his life. But I think that's on her. I think that's her loss.
Yeah.
So, definitely the asshole.
Yeah.
And that's how people voted too, was the asshole. Okay. So, the last one.
I had to throw one in there.
Am I the asshole for not inviting my little brother to my wedding and not telling him until the day before?
Ooh. Ooh. What could you have possibly done for that to happen? Not even just not telling him, but until the day before the wedding?
That's problematic.
I feel like that's something I would do, though. Like, just to be petty. Like, no,
She said it, Brandon. Look out for it.
But you're not my little brother, though. You're my big brother. You're exempt.
I'm exempt. I got a birthright?
Yeah.
All right, that's a bet.
All right. Am I the asshole for not inviting my little brother to my wedding and not telling him until the day before? I, 26 female, just got married a couple of weeks ago in Norway. It was amazing. From the start, me and my fiance knew we wanted a child-free wedding. Nobody under 21. As we both find children and tweens very annoying, though we provided childcare for the little kids. Here's the problem. I have two siblings much younger than me, my full sister, who's 15, and my half-brother, who's 14. My half-brother is the result of an affair my mom had while my dad was away for work, which caused their divorce. Me and my fiance decided to make an exception for my sister because we're both close with her, and she's a very mature 15-year-old. My mom had figured neither were invited, and they would stay at the hotel for the day. She was fine with it since they were together. When we told her it was just my brother not invited, she was pissed and sad. He can't stay here alone. I said he could stay with the kids, all under 10, unfortunately. She told us we could do whatever we wanted, but we had to tell him the news. We decided not to tell him until the day before to avoid any major drama during the weeks leading up to it. When we told him, he threw a fit. I said this is why he wasn't invited and left. The wedding day went amazing, and when I got back from my honeymoon, I was met with angry texts and voicemails from my mom's family. Half of them, they didn't even go. Apparently, my mom spilled the beans to my aunt, and she told everybody. Am I the asshole?
That was done out of pure hatred.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
She didn't even wake up and choose violence.
Spiteful.
That's ministry right there. That's just straight.
I thought you said ministry. I'm like, what?
No,
ministry.
Ministry.
Yeah.
You.
That's diabolical.
That's almost. That's the word. That is so diabolical. And then had the courage to tell him to his face, "This is why you weren't invited. The wedding went amazing. What is wrong with you?"
No, she didn't say that to him. She just moved on with her life.
I know, but like being able to type
Right.
that all in one sentence.
Right.
Just
I think what got me was the fact that she pointed out that it was her half brother, not full brother, not just brother, half brother, not even full blood.
And she invited her other sibling who was underage, who she said these teens cannot come, but she invited her. So like you can't invite somebody that's a year younger. He's the product of a mistake that was made from an affair. How is that his fault that her mom chose to have an affair with somebody else?
that's peaked in high school behavior right there.
What?
Childish.
Childish. That was actually pretty good. That was pretty clever. So she's acting childish. She shouldn't have been invited to her own wedding.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they're like even gonna have kids though, because they said they didn't want kids at the wedding, because they don't like kids.
I don't know.
It's just gonna be a kidless marriage.
Because I've seen like on TikTok and stuff, like people that'll be like, we're not inviting kids to the wedding because they do bring a certain atmosphere that we don't want at the wedding. We want a very adult type of atmosphere. And sometimes I'm like, I get it. But like we've been saying, this seems spiteful. This seems diabolical. This is like, it's different where it's like, I don't know. If you made an exception for your sister, why can't you make an exception for your brother? Like, okay, if I chose to have a wedding where I'm like, no kids, I would still probably have my immediate family come, whether they were young or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like me kicking. That's like me kicking you out, like, cause you know you're like
Right.
7.5.
And I think he was under the expectation that he was going until the day of before the wedding. So Elise thinks that she's going to the wedding. She's excited. She's probably talking to you about it. And you're like, oh, by the way, you're not going to go to the wedding. You're too young.
I would be so hurt.
Yeah.
I would be so hurt because I'm at a maturity level where I can handle it, okay?
And it's teens. What are they gonna do? They ain't gonna be out there running. I'll tell you that much. They're not gonna be out there doing. There's not much you can do at a wedding to mess it up. You just sit there, you look at the ceremony, and you move on.
Mm-hmm.
What are they gonna do in that?
That was
that's-
messed up.
that-
If she wanted to ruin the relationship between her and her brother, she did it. Perfect job. And even it sounds like half of her family.
Who you gotta see like your little flower girls and whatnot. She just got grown
It's a
women
dog.
walking flowers.
Wait, I'm picturing that and it just looks so weird to me. That looks weird to me.
You're like, are you a bridesmaid? No, I'm the flower girl. What?
You are a grown woman. Put the basket down.
So, would you guys have a child for your wedding?
Nah.
No. I think kids are, I don't know. Kids are like
Personally-
part of it, you know?
Personally, I mean, I don't care for kids, but I would have one just for my family. Not like friends, because like, I don't know. I feel like that would be kind of too much. Just family, just cousins that I know, and that's it.
On the topic of wedding, I do think I would want a smaller, more intimate wedding, but that's more for like financial reasons.
Yeah.
Because you think about the cost of weddings, and I'm like, you're a high school friend I haven't talked to in years, and I do feel bad for not inviting you to my wedding, but it's $75 a head, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to cut you out. Or, you're a person that I know from church. I'm so sorry. You're very nice.
We'll live stream
But I
it.
have not talked to you in like 2 years. You don't know anything about me. You just say hi to me. Yeah, we'll live stream it, if you really want to see it. But then again, I usually only go to weddings if I like know the people really well, or I'm like, free food. Like, what do you mean? Like, I feel like that's half of the reason why people go to the weddings is like you either know them really well, or you're like, I'm about to get some cake. Like, what?
And I don't know. The one thing about a regular wedding is the inconvenience of the flower girl. Because you never know what you're going to get that day. That is always the funniest thing to me. And I know that's and it's like, it's a very emotional filled day. So it's like, in a way, it helps because it's like you're feeling all the happy emotions and stuff, but then you're also crying because it's like, wow, I'm about to spend the rest of my life with this person. I'm going to tear up. Mm-hmm. But then you like see the flower girl, like, I'm not having it today. And you're like,
she's just like throwing the flowers at people's faces.
Except for there was one wedding we shot where the flower girl she did her thing. And she was just like,
she was pretty cute. Yeah, she was very focused.
I was like, yes. That is a great flower girl.
Because people were like trying to like smile at her and be like, you're doing a great job. She's
like,
not paying attention. She's on a mission.
She just throwing the flowers. She was literally like holding the basket like this. She's like 2 years old. Little Chucky Monkey. I loved it. She was just like, wasn't even looking at everybody's like, yeah, good job. Oh, you're so cute. She just.
And then when she was done, she's like, where's Mom?
The deed is done.
But I think personally, because I was a bridesmaid in my cousin's wedding, along with my other cousins who were like a few years younger than me. It was Rochelle's wedding. And I don't know that I would have kids be bridesmaids. I think I would just let them either be flower girl or in the audience. Solely for the reason that kids have lower attention spans than adults. And I remember I was just kind of standing there. I was like, okay, is this supposed to take this long? Because I was old enough to understand. It was like, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago. So I was old enough to understand. But it was just like, okay, can we go now? I'm ready to go. Kiss the bride, okay.
You're like, my feet hurt, dude.
Right. I think I was wearing heels too. So.
Yeah.
And at least don't wear heels, so that was saying something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think bridesmaids and like groomsmen, no kids for them because my groomsmen is gonna be my mans, like my homies, my compadres, like the dudes that was with me in the trenches when I was trying to find them. What
trenches? What trenches?
In the trenches, man.
In the Tinder trenches.
Yeah, the Tinder trenches, like the dating world, the online dating, the actual dating. Like they was like, all right, you got this, bruh. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely the asshole.
1000%.
These were some tough sibling stories, but I think it brought you two together. Because
we always been
Brandon,
there. That's my dog for life, man.
Brandon finally got to hear some deep down emotions that Elise was like, I'll never tell him this, but...
Yeah, I'll say it on the podcast.
And Brandon's like, that's pretty sweet, Elise. That's pretty nice of you, Elise.
I got you.
I got you too.
And on that, thank you guys for joining.
Wait.
Thank you guys for joining us for the Comfort Level podcast.
Wait.
Wish Brandon a happy birthday in the comments for me.
Let me say something. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
No, thank you for spending my birthday with me. This was very special to me. And thank you guys. Thank you, Maddie, for hosting this. I appreciate it a lot. And to another year.